All right, we in here, man. Urban artificial intelligence, strategic thinking media platform. I just want to touch on something real quick. I seen this news a couple of days ago, and I know I'm a little bit late. It's not groundbreaking news or nothing. It is interesting though. It is interesting. I gotta say that. Drake, Party Next Door are gonna have a collab album. All right. Drake told us this. Party Next Door, I believe he's on tour right now. Um, for his newest album, I think it's Party 3. It's one of the let me get the exact name. Cause it's a good album. This is a good album, by the way. This is actually an album that is getting better every time I listen to it. When I first listened to it, I knew it was good. Um, but as time goes by, yeah, it's on P4, Party Next Door 4. Um, he got Real Woman, which is one of my favorite songs on there. Got No Chill. Y'all probably know all these. All these have kind of went viral on Instagram. I'm not on TikTok like that. I'm not on Snapchat like that, but um a lot of these songs, especially No Chill, is really big on Instagram. But this is a good album. So I want to say that. So salute the Party Next Door. He's one of my favorite R&B artists. So he's on tour, you know what I'm saying, for the album, promoting the album. I'm pretty sure sales is doing good. So Drake popped out. Drake had to pop out. Um, and this is what Drake said, y'all. I'm gonna play this a couple of times. Party Next Door on tour in Toronto brings out Drake. They do a couple records, and then Drake says this.
Do what you need to do. I know all you girls are outside, and when it gets a little chilly, Party Next Door and Drake album will be right there for you. We have it right there for you. Have a good night. That's the summer over with. Do what you need to do. I know all you girls are outside, and when it gets a little chilly, Party Next Door and Drake album will be right there for you. We have it right there for you. Have a good night. That's the summer over with. Do what you need to do. I know all you girls are outside, and when it gets a little chilly, Party Next Door and Drake album will be right there for you. We have it right there for you. Have a good night. That's the
All right, so we hear it there. All right, Drake Party. When it gets cold outside, he said it's gonna be a Party Next Door and Drake collab album. So it's coming this fall. Probably won't be in the winter. It's gonna be before. It's gonna be in the fall. What? October, November, around that time. Could eat, around that time, I'm guessing. October, November. Possibly September. And I know that y'all see the title. Is Kendrick on the clock? What does this do? What does this have to do with Kendrick? All right. First, let me say this. Kendrick diss Party. Party at the party playing with his nose now. Kendrick diss Party. We know that. And I see Party going back and forth with a lot of people. He needs to diss Kendrick on this album. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm just gonna keep it real. We not looking for Party Next Door to eat their Kendrick, but his ex was in a video. It was Chris Brown, Jeremiah, Trey Songz, I think, and just a whole cast of R&B artists. I would look it up, but it's not that big of a deal. He since apologized for it, admitted that he was tripping, whatever the case may be. So his ex-girlfriend was in their video. They all had a collab song together. His ex-girlfriend was one of the girls in the video. He went crazy. He didn't go crazy, but he tweeted some things. All right, he tweeted some things. Like I say, I would look it up, but it's not really that important. I'm saying that to say he got it these guys for something that his ex girl, it's not even his girl, his ex girl, who's a grown woman. Obviously, she has ties to the industry, nigga, if you dating her. So she has ties to the industry. She was in a video. All right. He tweeted at Chris Brown, Trey Songz, all of them. Everybody who was in Jeremiah, everybody who was involved in that. And I think it was Trey Songz. I'm not 100% sure. I know it was Chris Brown and Jeremiah. The two other guys, I'm not 100% sure. They're prominent R&B artists. That's what I'm trying to say. And you can look this up if you want to know about it that bad. The point I'm making is he had smoke for them. Party. I feel like you should have smoke for Kendrick. Not only should you have smoke for Kendrick, I kind of think Party is qualified. And listen, look, the last video I made talking about Kendrick, y'all kill me in the comments. I hope a lot of y'all are watching this. Please. I hope a lot of y'all watch this. And I'm going to get deeper into it a little bit. But let me just, you know what I'm saying, talk about Party first. Party and Kendrick first. And this is not Party versus Kendrick. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Party need to have bars for Kendrick. Party is talented enough. He's witty enough to throw some little things in there that he needs to. Can we agree on that? Can we agree on that? He's a good shit talker, is what I'm saying. He can do it over R&B beat. If it's a collab album with Drake, it's gonna be some bops on there. It's gonna be bops on there. It's gonna be records that have rap beats, rap breaks, rap bridges, whatever. He can throw a couple of Kendrick shots in there. He should. Because Kendrick went at him for no reason. I don't know of any type of bad blood that he's shared with Kendrick. The only reason that Kendrick went at him is because he's part of OVO. If I'm Party, I'm feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling some type of way. And Party has bars. He's a genius songwriter, man. He's a genius songwriter. So, with that being said, let me say this. He need to talk spicy. I don't want to say this Kendrick Lamar because, you know, all the Kendrick fans, if Party can't diss, Kendrick will kill Partynxtdoor. Party's not certain, you know, Party's not qualified. I'm not saying that he needs to engage in a rap battle with him. I'm not saying he need to go in the studio and, you know what I'm saying, do a Cassidy versus Freeway. No. I'm saying he need to talk spicy and he will be qualified. Justified. I mean, that would be justified because he is qualified. That's what I'm trying to say. That would be justified. A bar or two. He could do that. Now, last video that I did. Please go check that out, y'all. It's almost at 300 views. I spoke about Kendrick Lamar apologizing to Big Sean. A lot of people in my comments, you didn't read the text. You didn't read the text. Big Sean interpreted as an apology. Well, Charlemagne the God was right there. He showed Charlemagne the text. First of all, none of us read the text. Okay, the people in my comments who were saying that, y'all didn't read it either. None of us read it. Big Sean and Charlemagne the God read the text. I feel Charlemagne the God would have called Big Sean out on his BS if it wasn't an apology. Charlemagne wouldn't have read it because Big Sean asked him not to. He was like, don't read it out loud. I think that's some bitch-made stuff. Charlemagne wouldn't have read it, but Charlemagne simply would have been like, I don't think that's an apology. I don't feel like that's an apology. He didn't say that. He agreed. So that's all I can go off of. for the people who was in my comments on that last video. And I would like y'all to comment on this one too and let me know what you think. I'm not a Kendrick hater. I'm just pointing it out. And of course, I had other comments about Drake, involving Drake. Listen, I go live a lot. So I'm not going to act like I know exactly what I said. But if I brought up Drake, it was here or there. That video was not about Drake, y'all. That video was not about Drake. That video was about Kendrick Lamar apologizing to Big Sean, which I believe he did. In my personal opinion, the way, because that's all we can go off of, the way Charlemagne reacted when Big Sean showed him the text, I feel like he apologized. If you don't, that's your opinion. You didn't see the text either. So it's just two people with opinions, right? Neither of us seen the text. Big Sean don't want to show the text. He didn't want to read the text. That's fine. He texted him. Big Sean has the right to be like, I don't want to read the text. I just want you to confirm that he apologized. And Charlemagne confirmed it. So for the people on the last video in my comments, what else can we go off of? What else can we go off of? What other information can we gather? How do y'all not feel like it was an apology? That's what I'm asking. And I'm not being smart. I'm not trying to spin it. I'm asking a question. I don't know everything. I don't know everything. I'm a hip hop fan just like y'all. I don't know everything. I would just want to know from the footage that was in the last video, or it wasn't the last video, I'm sorry. The video before last. The last video was YSL Mondo versus YSL Wody. Please go watch that too and like it if you like the content. But what I'm asking is this. From the interaction that we watched, we all watched it together. I played the video in the live. Played the video on the live. Charlemagne the Guy and Big Sean. How do y'all interpret that? And why do y'all think it wasn't an apology? Because all we can go off is the third party who read it. Kendrick texted it. Big Sean received it. The third party, Charlemagne the Guy, he read it. He didn't read it out loud. He confirmed it was an apology. So let's just put that to bed. Moving forward in this conversation, even if you don't agree, I appreciate you watching my platform. But let's just assume it was an apology, okay? Just for argument's sake. If you disagree, please get in the comments and tell me. Don't just spew a bunch of BS. But if you have an actual reason why you feel it was an apology, I'm all ears. I love talking hip hop. And I'll address it in the next video because I'm going to do plenty more Kendrick and Drake videos. So get in the comments and tell me what y'all think. Now, this video, however, and I went back to that to talk about the people in the comments. I want y'all to migrate over here. But I also went back to say this video is about Drake. This is going to be about Drake. Now, Drake and Partynxtdoor announcing a collab. I know what y'all thinking. What does that have to do with Kendrick? I'm going to say this. And please don't think I'm a Kendrick hater. I just want y'all to follow my opinion, my thought process, my point of view. Drake has another bag of music that he can get into. Okay? We seen it with the Camila Cabello feature. We seen it with the Wagwan Delilah parody track. He did a couple of other joints. You My Everything with Sexy Red. Not the greatest song of all time, but the Drake verse was hard. I'm not saying these are amazing records, y'all. I'm not saying these are amazing records. What I'm saying is, let me open this up. What I'm saying is, give me a minute. What I'm saying is Drake has a couple of other sounds in the tuck. Okay, these are sounds. These are sounds that have nothing to do with Kendrick. Okay, and than that, more than that, these are songs directed to fans who don't care about Kendrick. Now, I know what you're thinking, right? I know what you're thinking. Okay, here we go. Let's put this right here. I know what you're thinking. What does that have to do with anything? Listen, females, that's who's gonna be listening to this Drake and Party album. They don't care about the Kendrick beef for the most part. Or I'll say this, they're gonna forget about it. This album, there nobody who listens to this, male or female, nobody's looking for a Kendrick diss. Nobody's looking for him to discuss Kendrick. Nobody's looking for any type of Kendrick heavy bars or anything like that. Well, he's not going to talk about Whitney. He's not going to talk about Kendrick. He's not going to talk about anybody from TDE. He's not going to talk about Rick Ross or Future or Metro Boomin. None of that. All right. He has a lane that he can maneuver to that is not associated with Kendrick Lamar. Am I right so far? I think I am. This is just my opinion, by the way. So that's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. He's maneuvering away from Kendrick Lamar. He's maneuvering away from Kendrick Lamar, intentionally or unintentionally. He's maneuvering away from Kendrick Lamar to another genre, to another set of fans. And it's not like this is a new genre, y'all. It's not like house or Latin pop. This is Drake's bag. This is his other bag besides rap. Some people will say this is his main bag. Cause y'all know how Party gonna do. It's gonna be like rapping and R&B. Boom. Does Kendrick have that? Hey, I'm not a Kendrick hater. I'm asking the question. Does Kendrick have a bag he can maneuver to? Does he have a lane he can switch to where people won't be worried about him or people won't be anticipating him touching on the Drake situation? I want to know. The people in the live, you don't got to type anything. Just say it to yourself. The people who are going to watch this on the replay, you don't got to type anything. Just say it to yourself. Honestly, be honest. Are you anticipating Kendrick Lamar touching on the topic of the Drake beef? It's a yes or no question. Are you anticipating it? When you open your iTunes or your Google Music or whatever, your Google Play or whatever it is, or Spotify, whatever you have, and when you see that new Kendrick album, are you going to be listening for him to talk more about Drake? Most people are going to say yes. Most people are going to say yes. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. However, that puts Kendrick on the clock. Why is Kendrick on the clock? Kendrick is on the clock because, or no, before I get into that's not a bad thing, but because of that intro that Kendrick did, the broccoli intro at the beginning of the Not Like Us video, I don't have to play it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't got to play it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We would assume that's going to be on the album. That song is going to be on the album. At the very least, that flow is going to be on the album. That energy is going to be on the album. All right. So, do y'all understand? In my opinion, this is just my opinion. Do y'all understand what he did? I'm going to explain it. He now has connected his new album to the Drake beef by having that clip at the beginning of Not Like Us. Listen, ask any Kendrick Lamar fan. I'm a casual Kendrick Lamar fan. The majority of the people who I talk to are more than casual Kendrick Lamar fans. I don't even know the word for it. Would it be die hard? I don't know. Just, for lack of a better term, I'll say that. I'm not up all night waiting for a Kendrick Lamar release. When his albums come out, I listen to him, yes. There are rappers who I'll stay up and wait till 12. Drake is one of them. I'll admit that. Future is one of them. Pee Wee Longway is one of them. Kanye is one of them. So, and I just use those examples to say I'm not a diehard Kendrick fan. I'm a casual Kendrick fan. So, the diehard Kendrick fans, without going in on me, y'all get in the comments and tell me what y'all think. Are y'all expecting spicy talk towards Drake? Are you looking forward to it? Let me not say expecting. Are you looking forward to it? Because if you are, he's on the clock. It's simple as that. As simple as that. Now, is Drake still going to have a solo album? I'm sure he will. Will it be this year? I don't know. I can't answer that. But Drake has, we got word not too long ago, a couple of days ago, Lil Yachty leaked Goodness Gracious to Castanat, which I called it in the other video. I did a video about that record, and I said it was a throwaway. I said word for word. I said it's probably a throwaway. Lil Yachty probably leaked this to Castanat because for whatever reason they decided not to use it. And I was right. The point that I'm making with that is Drake has given music to the public. Whether you like it or not, like I say, the Camila Cabello joint, the Wagwan Delilah parody song, Sexy Red, You My Everything, we've heard Drake verses. That's what I'm trying to say. And now we're going to get a possible collab. So this is something to kind of hold us over until the album. Don't know if the album will be this year, but we got something, right? Like we're hearing his voice over new tracks. That's what I'm trying to say. So Kendrick, I think it's your turn, buddy. I think you're on the clock, my boy. I think you're on the clock. I believe Kendrick Lamar needs to release an album by December. By December, Kendrick, I'm not going to say you have to. The general public would like, and this is just one casual Kendrick Lamar fan speaking, because I'm going to listen, of course. But I think it needs to be out by December. Now, let me go back to the lane switching, right? To the lane switching. Drake battling Kendrick, going at it. Push-ups, Family Matters. The Heart Part 6. Tailor-made freestyle, going in on Kendrick. And all of a sudden, just like that, I'm going to do an R&B album with Partynxtdoor. Is that a strategic move to lose in the battle? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. I don't. But I know it's going to it's going to cleanse his palate of that loss a little bit. Or no, rather it's going to cleanse the fans' palate of that loss a little bit, especially if the music is good. And it should be. I want Party on the hooks. And I want Drake rapping. Not, rapping, but bop rapping for the majority of the time. We know we're going to get some singing Drake. It's going to be an R&B collab. But for the most part, I want Party on the hooks. Drake can be on the bridge here or there. But I want Party on most of the hooks, Drake rapping. Because the reference to Ratchet Happy Birthday is crazy. I listen to that song constantly. The Party version of Ratchet Happy Birthday, off the chain. That's how I want their collab to sound. That's how I want their collab to sound. If the music is good, if the music is good, it's going to cleanse the public's palate from the Kendrick loss. It just is what it is. If one of these songs go viral and the females are using it in their Instagram reels and they Snapchats, that's what I feel would take this battle or this feud. It would kind of take a backseat on Drake's end. On Drake's end, we know Kendrick fans. We know. Listen, I'm not saying we want Kendrick's album to be a victory lap talking about how he beat Drake. I'm a casual Kendrick fan, and I don't want to hear that. I want to hear Kendrick in his bag. I keep in all these videos that I do about Kendrick and Drake, I talk about the word reincarnated from Kendrick. Salute Kevin Lewis. I talk about the word reincarnated from Kendrick. I'm waiting to hear this. And by Kendrick putting that in the beginning of his video, that is what has people invested and their weight. That's what put Kendrick on the clock. Not me. I'm not saying this because I'm a Drake fan. I'm not being a hater. I didn't put Kendrick on the clock. I don't have the power to put nobody on the clock but myself. I can't. Who is me? Little old me? I can't put nobody on the clock. Kendrick put himself on the clock by having the anticipation for the record, the Broccoli record. We never heard it before. He shot a whole video for it. The song with Young Thug and 21 is going to be in the streets the rest of the summer. What song is that? Let me know what that's called. I haven't heard Young Thug and 21 on a song recently. But yeah, that's what it is. Kendrick put himself on the clock. Definitely need an album from Kendrick in 2024. Now, again, getting back to the lane changes, Drake is gonna go in his bag with Party, in his R&B bag. Then he's gonna go right back into rap. Let me ask y'all a question. Will people, if both of these projects are good, if Drake's solo album and his collab album with Party is good, will this battle still be in the forefront of people's brain? I'm just wondering. If you don't want to type, say it to yourself. People watching on a replay, if you don't want to type, just say it to yourself. Just think about the question that I'm asking. If this man drops 2 good projects, is the loss to Kendrick on the forefront of your brain? Most likely it's not. Most likely it's not. The point that I'm making is, when you look at Drake, when you look at Kendrick, It's Up by Drake featuring Young Thug and 21. He just put out, is going to be in the club for sure. When did this song release? When did the song release, Kevin Lewis? Because I'm a fan of Young Thug too. So I would be excited to hear a few hours ago. I'm gonna have to look into that. Because does it sound like a single? In your opinion, Kevin, does it sound like a single? Okay, he said it does sound like a single. Bro. Kendrick is and I haven't confirmed this. This is something that Kevin Lewis is telling me in the chat. I don't know if y'all can hear this on, if y'all can see the comments on the replay. That's why I'm just gonna pin it up now on the screen. Kevin Lewis got in the chat, says Drake dropped a song with 21 and Young Thug, and it sounds like a single. If that's the case, Kendrick Lamar is absolutely on the clock. Because guess what? And I'm going to get out of here in a few. I only wanted to be here 40 minutes. He said it's some throwaway, but this is going to be hot in the streets. So Drake said this was a throwaway, which makes sense. Earlier, we talked about the Lil Yachty throwaway. And they leaked that intentionally. This is some strategic stuff. If this is true, what Kevin Lewis is saying, maybe he couldn't get a clearance. We don't know. Obviously, Young Thug is locked up right now. It's a bunch of reasons why songs leak and why songs are considered quote unquote throwaways. If he floods the market with throwaways or just floods the internet, and by flood, I don't mean he dropped it on IG. You know what? I almost don't even want to talk about this anymore because I might possibly have more to say about this in a whole video or a whole live segment. Let me see if I see this on IG. Is it anywhere else but IG? Okay. All right. It looks like you was right. Okay. All right. Yep. All right. I'm not even gonna play all of this. I will be back tomorrow. Salute to you, Kevin Lewis, because this actually falls right into what the show is about. Musically, Drake is putting pressure not directly on Kendrick Lamar. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say he's putting pressure on Kendrick Lamar, but he's showing that the Not Like Us didn't have as big as impact as people think. Because if this song is hard, Kevin Lewis said it's hard. I did y'all just hear. I didn't listen to it. I just played a couple. I just played a couple seconds. I just played a couple of seconds. Kevin Lewis says he is though. If the kind of the same thing. I mean, they were just engaged, obviously, in a battle. I'm gonna say this before I dip. He's making Not Like Us every time he drops something, every time he releases music, every time he announces music, he's making Not Like Us seem more like a moment. It was a great moment for hip hop. It was a great moment for Kendrick Lamar. It was a great moment for the West Coast, all that stuff. He won. Kendrick won. Kendrick is great. Salute to Kendrick. But in my opinion, Kendrick, his team wanted Not Like Us to be more than a moment. When you say the things that he said throughout this battle, telling people, keep your family away from somebody. Somebody's a PDF file. Somebody does this. Somebody does that. That's not things that you want to affect them for a moment. That's things that you want to have a lingering, long-lasting effect. From what Kevin Lewis just told me, I don't know if that's the case. If this song that I'm about to listen to is hard, Kendrick, you on the clock, dog. It's not me saying it, or it is me saying this. Obviously, I'm saying it, but you put the Broccoli record in the beginning of Not Like Us. You said all these things. If it's like I said, man, and I don't want to say that these songs directly affect Kendrick Lamar. I'm not saying that. Kevin Lewis, if you think that, that's your opinion. That's not how I want it to sound. I'm not saying these songs directly affect Kendrick Lamar. I'm saying even if they were whack, the fact that people are listening, he's getting ears, it makes Not Like Us seem like a moment, like it was just something that has come and gone. All right. Just my opinion, man. Salute Kevin Lewis. Salute to you, bro. You've helped me out with content multiple times in the live. I'm about to go listen to this. And I'll probably be back tomorrow talking about this song. This announcement with Partynxtdoor was a slight little, you know what I'm saying? It was something. It was something. People gonna say it's nothing. Trust me, it's something. It's another lane for Drake. It's more music. It's more content. Kendrick, we waiting for you, dog. Salute to everybody who watched this on the live. Salute to you, Kevin Lewis, being in the chat, interacting. Salute to everybody watching this on a replay. I'm about to go listen to this. It's up. dropped on IG by Drake. Big time move. We're going to be back tomorrow to talk about this, man. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Peace.